Hello students, this is lecture number 2 pertaining to chapter number 2, that is principles of management. So we have completed the basic about the principles of management at first lecture. Now in the next lecture, that is in the second lecture, I will tell some important topics. That is, at first we had discussed that principles of management are different from principles of pure science. Why it was so, we have discussed. Now principles of management are different from techniques of management as well. Principles of management are different from techniques of management. Okay, so now just see management principles are those guidelines that are needed to take the decisions or actions regarding a particular thing, right? Whereas techniques means what? Technique means any technique to do a particular thing. That means any procedure to do a thing, or any method, you can say. That how, it means simply how, which need to be followed to accomplish the desired goals. But management principles means, actually principles means guidelines. These are not the method or procedure, these are simply guidelines. That's why they differ from techniques of management. Okay, now next is principles of management are different from values. Principles are different from values. What does it mean, students? Values are something that are acceptable or desirable of individuals, whereas principles of management are the basic truths or guidelines for human behavior. Principles means it is a basic truth. For example, or guideline. Simple. For example, it is a truth that if you just show the workers, always a manager is showing his workers his red eye. Okay, so always he is scolding his workers. Will the worker work? They will be motivated to work? So not everybody know this. This is the basic truth. So guideline is what? Don't scold them all the time. Just use to motivate them, so that give them extra incentive, extra benefit, so that they just work accordingly and work more and more. So these are the basic truth. But values means which are acceptable or desirable. So you cannot say that principles of management are values. Number 2, principles of management are the technical rules. Technical rules framed after intensive research in work situations. You cannot just get one truth, one basic truth, or one guideline of management just by now. It needs years and years of research by observing different people, how they are working, how they feel, in which way we can make them work more and more. So these are the experiences. But values are what? They are simple rules for behavior. Simple rules for behavior that is to be maintained to remain in the society. Like, for example, you cannot sing or dance in class when a teacher is teaching you. It is a rule for behavior. It is a value. That's why I used to tell that you should have minimum value. You should respect your teacher. But in case of management principles, these are the technical rules. Okay, so technically it will be used, for example, that a person, the actual productivity of a person is to produce 100 units of mobile per day. Okay, if he produces 110 units, for extra 10 he will receive 1000 rupees more for each mobile. So for 10 mobiles, if he is producing 110 numbers of mobiles instead of 100, that means extra 10 he is producing. So extra he will receive 10 into 1000, that is 10,000 rupees for producing extra 10 mobiles. So these are the technique how to increase the productivity. So for this 10,000 the worker will work more, work hard. So this is called the technical route, right? Number 3, principles of management includes values. They include values for effective fulfillment of social and ethical responsibilities of a business enterprise. Why they include values? They just include value. You just think that this is the principles of management. Under this value is coming. So you cannot say every values or principles of management, every principles of management are equal to value. You cannot tell. You can say that value is equals to principles of management, but principles of management is not equal to value, because it is a broader concept than value, because value is been included by principles of management. So it is saying that principles of management include values for what? For effective fulfillment of social and ethical responsibilities. Social and ethical responsibilities, right? Fine. Now we will move towards nature of principles of management. So we will discuss one by one the nature of principles of management. As we know that the principles of management are developed on the basis of the observations, different kinds of experiments, personal experience and all. So now we will discuss nature of principle management. Number 1, universal applicability. Universal applicability. It is not so that the principles of management is only restricted to the business organization only, or we know that there are 3 levels of management as we have read. It is restricted to only the middle level or top level or lower level. It includes each and everywhere, everything. So in fact, management principles are applicable to each and every kinds of organizations. Maybe it may be a business organization, it may be non-business organization, that is NGO, government organization or non-government organization. Everywhere these principles of management will be applicable. Yes, they may differ from organization to organization. Their business activity, their scales of operation, how they are operating, each and everything may differ, but it will be for each and every organization. Just take the example, one example. According to the principles of management, work needs to be divided. A work, if you are doing a work, that needs to be divided among the employees. It is important to divide the work among the employees. It is important, right? For what? So that one employee, each employee can gain a particular specialization on that particular thing. Just take one example. I am giving my example only, that when I am teaching you, okay, as you know that CA, CMA, each of these courses consist of accounts, business studies, economics, all the things, even information technology, okay, all the things are there in CMA. Now in class 11 and 12 also all the subjects are there, but I am specialized in particular subjects. That means what? Because I am giving my effort more and more in these subjects, so that I become specialized and I can teach you well. So that is the thing here also. In principles of management also, the work is being divided among different employees. It may happen that Mr. A knows the work of Mr. B and Mr. B also knows the work of Mr. A. But the works are then and there also divided among them. For what purpose? So that they become specialized in their particular work. That's why only. Okay. Now, number 2 point. That is general guidelines. Principles of management, what they provide broad guidelines. We have already studied that it provides guidelines. For what? For solving the business problems. Whatever business problems are there that needs to be solved. So how this can be solved? That needs proper guidelines to solve the problem, right? So what managers can do, managers may take the basic guidelines from these principles only and they will use their own creativity, because without creativity you cannot deal with the people. His own experience, whenever you will just become experienced in a particular thing, you will have more knowledge than a person who only have a theoretical experience in any field. I am telling it. That's why experience is necessary. So now manager will use these principles, but he will also use his own creativity as well as his own experience. For what purpose? So that if any problem arises in business situations, he can able to solve that particular problem. Okay, for an example, I'm telling you, Mr. A is an employee of a company. For what he is being caught? Just he has been caught for fraudulent activities. He was doing fraudulent activities. He was doing fraud. Like he is a purchase manager, and what he was doing? He was giving false information regarding the purchase documents. Whatever purchase, maybe 500 materials were purchased, but he has given wrong information. He is telling 600 has been purchased, so for 100 more units he is taking the money for management. 100 more units he is taking the money for management. So what is happening? So he is doing the fraud, he is doing misrepresentation. So now if an employee is being caught for his fraudulent activity, the manager should take the action as he feel appropriate, but it should be according to the HR policy of the company, human resource policy. This policies has been stated by the management that beyond that you cannot go. Like the manager is telling that no, because he has done this fraud, I will immediately throw him out of this office. He cannot do that. He cannot do that because there are some rules and regulations. Maybe he has to give warning. He may charge extra fees, extra penalty from him for doing this act. Okay. So he has to maintain this HR policy. Whatever is written in the HR policy, he has to go according to that. So now students, this is lecture number 2. After then I will just continue nature of principles of management only. We will move towards point number 3. I am writing here only, formed by practice and experimentation. So I will move with these points in the next lecture. Okay, so till then complete this lecture number 2. First complete, I am saying the views that you are completing lecture number 1, then you are moving directly towards lecture number 4. Don't do that. First complete this lecture number 1, then just go for 2, then just come for 3. So after this lecture you will follow lecture number 3. Is that clear or not? So all the best. Just follow lecture number 3 now.